definitely pays to be a team builder. Oh, we're recording.
Yep, I'm going to start recording this now. So if you if you want to record now, I know how to offer that up to you.
Yeah. So, we've got Lynn coming in. I don't know. I've just jumped on this. I don't know if you've got some sort of schedule, or we're just going to chew the fat.
We're just gonna chat. Everybody just kind of wanted to meet. And hi, Lynn.
Hi, Lynn.
I think we were all just wanting to chat and find out where everybody was at.
Yeah, no, I'm just on my SMD run, really. I don't think I'm just trying to help 3 people get to MSB myself. I don't have to worry about you, Sam, because I think you're going to do that without my assistance. I've got Heather in Australia. She doesn't need my help, and I'm just kind of helping one other guy, sort of team build with him to his team to get into MSB because he's an MSO. So hopefully not long.
Yeah, it's such an easy thing to follow. 3 3 3 3 3 3. It's like
that's it. And I think if you're going to team build or put people under people, that I've been saying, right, well, I'll give you a person and then you go get one, and you get another one, I'll give you another one. So like reward rather than just trying to do it all for them. Because I heard a great phrase. I think it was like, if you give someone some crutches, they'll start limping. You've got to say, well, you get one, I'll get one, and just do it that way. That's the way I've been sort of doing it. And it, especially if you give them their first one and they get all excited, oh my God, got a team member, and it gives them a boost. For those that need a bit of a boost, because some people don't some people come in and do bugger all, don't they? Not you girls, obviously, not referring to anyone here, but you will get people that they'll get excited for a couple of weeks and then they'll just stop. And you're like, what are you doing? Yeah,
you definitely have to stay tapped into the company and everything.
Webinar, all the webinars, you can, even if you've heard it 10 times already, it doesn't matter. Going on them, you just remind you of how good it is. Not that we need reminding, but sometimes it could be one little thing that's said by somebody and you'll go, oh, wow, yeah. Or it'll just remind you of something you've forgotten. So I get on them if I can, or listen, or get the recordings. So yeah, it's you've just got to be constantly engaged with it. Just switch that telly off.
Those aha.
Don't get distracted.
Sometimes it's just as bad with us as it takes hearing the same thing 5 times before it. Even though you're in, you might not actually be in until the 5th time. You're like, oh yeah, wow, imagine that.
Yeah. I mean, I still have conversations with people, like especially Philip, and he'll say something. I'm like, oh yeah, bloody hell. You know what I mean? You think because there's so many different angles, isn't there? Obviously we can appeal to the family who does their shopping on Walmart in the US and they just want to earn a bit of extra money. It appeals to someone who's pissed off with just general network marketing companies or affiliate stuff, and they're coming into something that can appeal to everyone. It appeals to drop shippers. You've got the small, Shopify owners now that are trying to sell things on Shopify and they're not getting the traffic. Now they can come over to Incentivize and have customers waiting there to buy their products. There's so many different angles to it, so many different ways we can promote it. And I know, Sammy, you've been concentrating, I've seen mainly on do you shop at Walmart, which your audience probably does because you're active in the US. So for that is a strong way for you. And I've seen the response you're getting is positive from that.
Yeah.
They're already doing it. Come to us and you can get paid.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally just a shift in what you do. I mean, it's just like, okay, going to my niece's birthday, instead of normally I would get in the car and I would go over to Target or Walmart and start shopping around for toys or whatever. And so I was just like, go to Shop with Sammy and see what I can get. Found something at Target.
Yeah, it's great. I can't wait for it to be. I mean, we have got a few UK affiliates, but I can't wait for it to be fully over here. Because then, if we have we'll probably have Asda, which is owned by Walmart. They bought them out in 1999. So I think if we get that, that'll be a big thing for me to promote here. I'll be able to approach, people at work who just normally switch off to this sort of thing, or think that I'm involved in some pyramid or scam, and they always think I'm up to no good. I'll show them.
Hey, you work where I work. Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's just that's what we're up against, aren't we? Really.
So, Lynn, how are you?
I'm doing fine. I've been sick all week, so I haven't really even been at the computer hardly at all, other than my phone. So, but I'm back on track now. So I have prospects that I've attained only through boosting a post I did on my Facebook fan page, and they all said, "Yeah, I really want to know more." And then you sent it. They said, I said, "Well, go ahead and look at this video." And then a couple of days later, I'll say, "Did you have a chance to look at the video?" And still no response. And so, I just got to get back to them and just ask them, are they still interested, looking at the opportunity, more about, what it all entails, and it's still no response. So this is a long-term goal. It's not something you're going to see immediately, like with maybe some other opportunities where you can, you'll be able to get a prospect, turn them into actual client, customer, and you'll see something in your commission next month. It's not going to happen this way. So I think what I realize is you got to really think of this long-term. You're building up a business, and you're going to take whatever means to get new customers under you, new stores underneath you naturally, and build your team up. But it's not going to be immediately. It's not like everybody's running to it immediately. So with that in mind, you just got to have a business plan in place that's part of your daily activity. And one day it's going to happen where you're going to realize, bam, I've got these people underneath me. I'm building this team. It's working, so that's where I'm at right now. I'm just getting back on track with being sick. So, but I went to I saw a webinar with Richard Ramos, and I asked him about what marketing tools are we getting. It's easy for us to try to create something. Especially if you haven't been in the business, it's hard to create something because the mindset, you don't understand what is attraction marketing is. And so I asked him, I said, what are you going to do to help people market this opportunity? And he said that there's going to be new things coming out. I just don't know when, like for instance, banners, for websites. So Sam has a website. I don't know about Brenda or Melissa, if you guys got websites, but I'm starting to drive traffic there from my Pinterest postings because and also with my Twitter account. So I have two marketing strategies that I use that are showing some activity, and I want to be able to utilize that opportunity. So, but he said that they've got a lot of different new marketing tools to use pretty soon. So I don't know when they're going to be fully released.
Have you seen what I did on my blog?
You did, yeah. I saw what you did on that one page where it's a TPS, and you kind of broke down different videos and you talked about it. Yeah, that's something I'm going to work on as well. But you still got to have the traffic to drive to it. You got to have the right keywords. You got to have the marketing strategy to get people to your website. So that's what I'm planning to do.
Yeah, I've not really done anything else other than me personally, just using Facebook. I've not used any ads or any other, not even any of the social networks yet. I plan to try and use Facebook ads to drive traffic to a funnel and to set up calls with people, because I don't want to sign people up cold.
Yeah,
I want to chat to people because I don't want to waste my time with idiots. If they're just going to be a time waste, and I'm just going to say, look, it's not for you. But, you know, there's still a lot that can be done through Facebook. I mean, literally everyone I've got is through Facebook, just through my posts on a daily basis, and just chatting to people. So yeah, I mean, that's worked for me. I mean, like I said,
that's part of attraction marketing, right? It's part of, and if you don't know attraction marketing, you think, okay, I'm a marketer, I'm going to go out and put a post and everybody's going to love it. It's not going to happen that way. You got to have your stories. You got to have what attracts people to read your story or your posts. And sometimes people don't understand that. We assume that everybody understands that. But luckily for Sam and I, we belong to an organization where we were taught attraction
MLSP.
marketing. Yeah. And that helps, you know. But I'm starting to boost some posts on my fan page, and I also have a page called Shopping Online. I've had that for a couple of years now, and I changed my banner off that. And what I was doing before was I was posting products off Amazon, because I'm an Amazon affiliate. And so now I'm turning that around a little bit for TPS. So I've changed my banner. I've kind of changed my little strategy and how I'm approaching those people that like my fan page.
Hey, Samantha, I'm sorry to interrupt. Pamela can't get on. Check the thing. I tried to give her the code. She says she's getting an error. I'm sorry to interrupt, Lynn.
That's okay.
I don't know.
We'll let you off.
Yeah,
I know she seems to have some internet difficulties whenever we are together. So
yeah, I don't know how to help her out. If she's got the right link, then it should be pulling her in. But yeah, I think that you know, there's like right now inside of TPS, you know, if you're running hard and you're going at it, it could be a little bit of a complication of getting people to understand it, because people haven't seen this before. So it's kind of like, what, where there's, you know, just like they show in the webinars and all that stuff, there's all these different critical points that TPS is going to hit. And we're at a point in which we need to jump on this wave, and we need to be educating people and telling them what TPS is, because we're at the front of it. You know, just like Gavin always says, you know, 2-3 years from now, people are going to be like, wow, look at these guys. I wish I would have been in when they got in. And then there's going to be the point where people start understanding and they've seen it. And that's where it's going to go for us. If we're riding that wave the correct way, we're going to blow up, because it's just like we've seen it a million times before, and the leaders before us who have come in before us, you know, everybody sometimes gets slingshot to those people who've been in for a while, because, you know, because of, like you said, like the marketing. Someone goes out there, they're going to post something on in the groups, and they're going to be like, oh, what's TPS? They're going to go to Google, type in TPS, and who are they going to get? They're going to get the people who have been doing the blog posts for the last year. You know?
Yeah.
So I mean,
that's a good point.
There's so many different critical points for us, but for me, it's like, get on now, get as much content as you can, get the ads, whatever it is, however you want to promote it, you got to do it now, because when it does come to a point where people are like, oh, TPS, yeah, I've heard of that. Somebody over here talked about it. Someone over here talked about it. Well, you know, and that's going to happen. It's going to get to the point where it's going to be huge. And unless we jump on it now and do the things that we know we're supposed to do, you know, it's going to explode for sure for all of us.
Well, it's funny you should say that, because I had some lady, she sent me a friend's request from the US. No mutual friends at all. So I was like, this is weird. So I asked her, I said, how come you come to connect with me, as we've got no mutual friends? Reply was that she saw me and Sammy Wall on a webinar or a video talking about TPS. And she's not even friends with you, Sammy.
Yep.
So I was like, where the hell is she seeing that then? So that goes to prove what you've just said. Obviously, some content is out there that she's seen, whether it's a TPS webinar. I can't remember if she said it was a webinar or not. But,
well, and you're all over my blog too, so.
Famous. Yeah, so I don't need to do my own blog. I just get on your videos.
You're Facebook famous.
You can do it all for me.
Well, and that's,
sit back.
that's the thing is, and that's the reason why, all of us, first of all, I want to tell you guys how extremely, just every single day I wake up and I look in these chats and I'm literally like, there's us. We're there. We're talking. We're congratulating people. We're welcoming people. That is huge. And the more exposure, just like Gavin, somebody saw him on a video, that somebody who watched it somewhere or whatever, that's exposure. The more he's showing up, the more, we're going to be there. It's the same thing as when, Gavin said, you want to go and get on, a webinar with me. I'm like, yeah, yes. 2 years ago, I would have been like, oh no, like, oh God, no, I'll just freak out, but that's the opportunity that we have in our hands right now that you just don't get anywhere else. And for me, this makes sense, like beyond makes sense. So
yeah, the webinars is if like you got the chance to get a testimonial, or just jump on one and then do it. Because I said to Philip, I was like, I want to be on as many as possible, as possible, because I want my face out there. And so now I'm going to, it's got to sort it out with Philip, but arranging some on the British 8 p.m. one every Thursday. I'll be on that as a host. So I'll welcome people in, welcome to TPS, blah, blah, blah. I'll introduce Philip, I'll introduce whoever. That'll be my thing every week. Which is a bit scary to be the first one they see, like, hi, welcome to blah blah blah, and oh god, yeah, a bit frightening, but you got to break out the comfort zone, haven't you? You've got to do it.
That's right.
Because if you're not, you just stay there. It's like the great analogy of the lobster. I've wrote about this on my wall before, but like a lobster's shell doesn't grow with the lobster. It grows into the shell to the point of absolute pain. It then hides and busts out that shell and grows a new shell and does the same again all through its growing process. So, all growth comes from pain. Can be the lobster, as I've said. That's how cool is that? That lobster's like absolute agony because it's going out of its comfort zone and breaks off the shell and grows a brand new one. That's just amazing. So yeah, I think there's a lot of comparisons to nature to us as business entrepreneurs, I think. So yeah, be the lobster. Should be my motto.
I like that. Hashtag be the lobster.
Yeah. That could be my one. You've got be the juice. I'm going to be the lobster.
You go be the lobster.
We have to think of our own too, Melissa and Pam,
Yeah.
I know, I was actually just thinking about it. I was like, we need to come up with some kind of a hashtag that brings all of our posts together so that, daily we can just hit that hashtag and then go over and have everybody inside the team or whatever's post there so we can like it, we can comment it, instead of having to individually go to each person's page, we can just go to that one hashtag and everybody's there.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. We'll have to throw some ideas together. It could be the lobster, couldn't it? Because people would be like, what?
And that's the thing. That's the best part.
We're stealing yours. Be the lobster is good, except that that's you.
No. We can all share it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's,
put that on every one of our posts. It just becomes it becomes a habit of hashtag be the lobster or whatever. And then, like you said, you search the hashtag and then you can.
I wonder if anyone's ever used that before, but probably me. You'll probably click it and it'll be one of my posts.
Yeah. Well, that's like when I came up with Be the Juice. It was like I was going into like drink the juice because if you get into this industry, and I know a lot of people will say different things like don't drink the juice, blah 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 blah. I feel like if you get into a good company, you need to come in and you need to be ingesting everything that you possibly can, which is drinking the juice. If it kills you, you got to drink the juice. And so when I went on to try to find the hashtag for it, drink the juice, well, with all the shakes and the health stuff, and I mean, it was like blown up, and I was like, okay, well, at some point you got to stop drinking the juice and you have to be the juice for other people, right? I put that in, nobody did. And I was like, that's it.
Excellent.
That's it.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Well,
So it would definitely be a cool thing to come up with some kind of a hashtag that we could all be using, and even, you know, Dale and Sim, I mean, all of them, you know, like get everybody to be doing that hashtag. You got two going on, Pamela.
Yeah, you got two here. You've got two Pamelas. Can you turn one off?
I muted both. Just because of the background
feedback
and stuff.
It doesn't look like Be the Lobster has been used on Facebook.
It is.
That's
I just looked. It's there is one post.
I got a don't eat the lobster, which that's the problem.
There's like there's basically there is some post, but it's regarding the post that I saw, that it was a video of a guy talking about how a lobster grows, and people are using it for that. Be the Lobster from that one video, but still, it's okay.
So if there's lots of people using it, it'll be taken over fast. Be the Lobster. Yeah. That's awesome.
So what should be the strategy this week then on Facebook? If Facebook is, you know, the more common strategy to use, what does everybody suggest, or what's been working for them? Doing videos. I haven't done a live video yet, and I probably will start doing that. This
lives.
Yeah.
Lives.
Yeah.
I did one with Philip, and he's got like nearly 600 views now.
Nice.
Had 11 shares though, but I knew that's why I said to Phil, like, I need to do a live, and he was like, we're sitting there in that hotel having a coffee thinking, right, how are we going to start this? What shall we talk about? And we're sitting there for ages. He's like, I don't know, whatever you want to talk about. So look, I'm asking your opinion. What shall we talk about?
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I'll just ask you why you think TPS is different. Okay. And that's it. And we went for it.
Great.
So yeah, nearly 600 views. That's crazy. So
did you see more friends requests because of that, or are people wanting to know who you are?
Because people watch in the background, don't they?
Yeah.
I've not had any friends requests off the back of that. I've had a lot of the people in TPS share it as a resource for them, because it was 15 minutes and Philip knocked it out of the park, I thought. And there was a bit of banter. It's quite casual. It was, in my opinion, it was a really good live.
Okay.
So a lot of people shared that, and with their own post saying, you know, look, you know, you've probably seen me post about TPS. Listen to the two of the top guys in the UK explain why they think TPS is different, or something like that. It's what a lot of people shared it as. So yeah, it's a good little video. You find it on my wall and share it if you want.
Okay,
yeah,
absolutely.
I gotta share it. I was waiting. I was gonna do it yesterday. I know. Well, I
shared it.
I'm a juicer. I'm a juicer. I'm trying to juice.
I know. I'm learning from you. Like, I've seen posts pop up that are like a week or two old. I'm like, Sam's still juicing that one.
That's how you do it. Yeah.
I need to be doing it, because I'd probably do it over a day. Like, reply to it. Now I'm like waiting. I've got like several comments. I'm just gonna do one a day. Keep juicing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So good. Yeah.
And you know what else is really, really helpful is, like, you know, you're getting a lot of interaction from people on your lives or your posts or whatever like that. Go over and thank them. Like, send them a personal message and thank them, because they're literally helping you. And you know, some of them will be like, oh, of course, you know, why? And I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, it helps me be seen. It helps engagement. It helps all this stuff. And they're like, oh, really? What do you mean? And then as long as you can teach someone something, they're yours forever, because it's like, you know,
good point.
You remember the person who either made you step up or taught you a certain technique that made your life easier. You remember that stuff. So,
well, this is a funny story I had. I made a comment in a group that it's a product group that I actually bought the product, and this person asked a question, how do I do this? So I messaged him and I said, why don't we get on a Zoom? And this is the first time I ever used a Zoom. I BS my way through that. I did not ever use Zoom. I said, if Sam did it, I could do it.
Zoom's great.
So I got him on the Zoom, and I was working on a capture page within that product. And he saw the product, he saw the capture page, and it said, you know, TPS and, you know, online e-commerce stuff. And so after we got discussing his problem and solving his problem, he looked at my page that I was working on because we're a share screen, and he goes, well, what is this? And it was just a coincidence that I had my, capture page up I was creating.
Just a coincidence.
It was, honest to God, I didn't even think I was that nervous about using Zoom in the first place. So, so anyway, we got into conversation about that, and I said, I'll tell you what, let me send you a video and explains a little bit more about it, and then we'll catch up tomorrow. So I did that, and he made a comment right away within 20 minutes on Facebook. He messaged me. He goes, this is ridiculous. I want this.
Yeah, that's great.
I go, well, that was kind of different, approaching a prospect, So I want to make sure I have a capture page up when I do a Zoom when I'm saying I'm working on something, because that worked. And he signed on, so.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. But that was, you're afraid to use something just like, with live videos, a lot of people are afraid and everything. And with Zoom, I saw Sam do it, and I go, oh, how interesting, how easy that is. And I said, when I told the guy, I go, yeah, let's just do a Zoom. I'll send you the link. I had no idea. I signed up for Zoom. I read instructions on how to send a link to someone to join, and it worked. I go, oh, this is cool. I like this.
I Zoom with everybody I can. If anyone's shown any interest, let's have a chat. Just say, I avoid any business type words like opportunity and let's have a meeting. I just let's just have a chat on Zoom, and I will chat like with that guy in Sweden today. He'll be a long-term down the line prospect, but people see your face and you can see your excitement, and it's just people appreciate that personal. And I've only really started doing that since I've been with TPS, and it's really working. I'll have someone sitting on the fence. I'll connect with them, have a Zoom, and they'll like, right, I'm signing it. I'm going to upgrade. Literally, my upgrade rate for Zoom calls is amazing. So that's why I try and get people on them.
Wow.
It's big. It's big.
The Zoom is definitely, I've been doing this for 3 years, and now with Zoom, it's like my ratio of getting people in is pretty much at almost 100% if I have Zoomed with them. I mean, that's just the way it is. And I literally tell people, I'm like, listen, this is a requirement, because I don't want any poke around the corner type people. I want people who are here, ready to work with me, ready to jump on. If you have a question, please ask me, because I come from a place where I never ask people for help. I never ask people for anything. So I know that if I'm attracting those type of people, then I have to be 100% more on top of you guys to make sure that you guys are asking me the questions, and, or Gavin or any of us, So that's the reason why I love the platform so much, is to be able to just jump on for 10 minutes and help someone with something that could have taken them all day to do.
And people are scared not scared, but sometimes you can sign someone up and they don't want to ask you. One guy said, well, I didn't want to bother you because you're busy. What? I'm your sponsor. Bother me whenever, and he's gone into full action mode now. And another lady who one of my frontline built in, and Damien, he's not really promoting it at the moment. It's on the back burner for him. That's cool, whatever. But I reached out to her and I said, look, Damien's not really pushing it. I know he's your sponsor, but you are in my team. Is there anything I can help you with? And she's like, oh God, yes. And I was like, well, let's jump on a Zoom call. And she's like, brilliant. And I've answered her questions. She's upgraded, and now she's going out and pushing it just because I asked one question.
Where she could have quit. Yeah, she could have quit eventually.
Yeah.
So you just got to keep touching base with all these people and seeing what they need, because they don't always ask. They don't, even though if you're their upline, it's your job to help them, but don't assume that they're doing okay. I talk to Sammy every day. Not that she needs help, but I keep in contact with everybody. How you doing? Do you need any help with anything? Where you at? And sometimes just general chit chat just to see how they are overall. Those little base touches really, really, just like it's the spinning of the plates analogy Melissa used, but just with your team members, just keeping everyone spinning, because not everyone's got that drive every day. If I could find 2 more of me, I'd be laughing. Because I've got one of me, and that's Sammy. So I just need another two. Well, I have got some great people, but like Sammy's like knocking it out of the park. So
Yeah.
excitement.
It
Excitement
is.
there.
Yep.
Yeah. Excitement. It's contagious. It's so excitement on Zooms. That's it.
Yep.
Key to success.
Yeah.
Be excited on a Zoom call.
I agree. And then if you are meeting with someone, you know, one-on-one, which I haven't started doing yet. I mean, I've been doing a lot of one-on-ones, but even these recordings, you know, like if you're helping someone to set up a landing page inside of TPS, ask them, hey, can I record this so I can put it on my, blog post or YouTube? And then if they say yes, then you literally, that's like one of the best pieces of content, because people are like, oh yeah, and they can watch that. And then, or you can turn around and instead of having to Zoom with the next team member, because as we all know, right now, our devoted time is going to get shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter as we get bigger and bigger and bigger. So to be able to have that recording and send it to someone, you know, like, oh, here, I helped this gentleman, you know, set up a landing page over here. Let me send you that video. After you're done with that, let's chat. If you still have some questions, we'll get through it, you know?
Yeah, I did. I've got several recorded videos I did with Screencast-O-Matic of me, like the upgrade process, some Facebook training on how to sort of connect with new people, how to run your profile, like 2 or 3 different videos that I send on to people. Because like you say, sometimes jumping on a call with all these people that ask all these questions is just not possible. So if you can send them a video where you can just go, oh, I've got a video on that, or I've got a video on that, and then it's you doing it step by step, that's great. Yeah, I totally agree with that.
Yeah, and that's like whenever I get new people who come into TPS, the first thing I do is I send them the verifying and claiming that Philip did.
Yeah,
you know,
I do that too.
You know, so it's like you can even be using other people's videos if you don't want to be using it. But if somewhere along the line you're like, there's not a video for this, you know, like I don't know who it was inside the team. They were asking about where to find the shipping and the tracking in your back office. There's really no video for that. So that's a quick 3-4 minute content video that could be made, and who knows, people everywhere could be sharing that with people.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's good to build up a little library of these. I mean, they are out there, but I think if you've got one where you're on it and you're explaining it, it's a bit more personal to that person.
I have a question. Every month, what is the deadline for purchasing? Since I'm a bronze, I have to, $50 or more. When I became bronze in February, I then purchased my $50 thing the 1st of March 1st. So that counted for the month of March. Is that correct?
No, that's whatever you like. So if your purchase in March will apply for April, but the amounts have gone up. So I don't believe it's $50 anymore. I think it's $100 minimum now. I would need to double check that because they made the adjustments, didn't they? It might be 75, but I think it's 100 for. I don't know. I'm going to have to check. So. Go on, Sam.
The way I understand it is it's 100 for the free, and then you've got $50 for anybody, like any upgrade, and then you have 75 for MSOs, 100 for MSD, 200. Am I correct on that?
No, I think it's 100 for MSOs now. Okay. But I think like upgraded, I still think it's 50. Yeah, I need to check. I should know these things really, but I know I need to spend 100, but I should know what everybody else has to spend.
Okay. Yeah. So what I did was I last couple days ago I went ahead and purchased like maybe $75 worth off iDirect or OneDirect, and so I wasn't quite sure if that fit the requirement. The minimum requirement anyway, on the monthly basis. So I did a purchase March 1st, and then I did another purchase a couple days ago. So so I'm not quite sure if I met the criteria for the month of March. How they say on your where it has your team and it has your commissions, it has your orders, but then there's something there that says, are you okay as far as status?
So basically, when did you join and upgrade? We're going to run out of time soon, aren't we, Sammy?
I upgraded a week after I joined. So that was in February. So February 17th.
So whatever the purchase you made there would have counted for March, February and March. So anything you've made in March now will be applying for April.